Hello, folks. My name is Sidney Rabsatt. I'm VP of Product Management here at Nginx. I'm going to spend a little bit of time today talking to you about what we've been up to over the past year, as well as what we have in store for next year. As you may have noticed, Nginx was purchased by F5 just about a year ago, just over a year ago. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the cool things we've done together. But first, I want to start with a little bit about open source and innovation. You know, when I think about open source technologies, I think about software that sits at the core of interesting applications. It's not the end goal, it's a component of that application. And so when I think about, the foundations that applications and innovation are built on top of, I think about Bedrock. I think about, things like granite. This is a picture of Half Dome. It's a extremely large exposed piece of granite in Yosemite. And, when you think about that type of foundation, you think about, things that are reliable, that are secure, that are commonly available. And Nginx is all of those things. And we actually support a huge number of interesting use cases. We help deliver season finales so that when you're looking at a show you care about and you're about to see that cliffhanger, things don't cut off in the middle and leave you hanging. We assure financial transactions. So we make sure that money gets where it needs to be, down to the last cent. And, more interestingly, recently, we feel great about being able to help folks track pandemics, track, COVID-related information in real time. So we're really proud of all the things that we're able to do as a component of an application. But let me talk a little bit about what we aren't. We're not bloated. Nginx is all about streamlined software. The Nginx code base is about 200,000 lines of code, less than a couple of megabytes. We're not unreliable. We run 450 plus million websites. We're not unsupportable. When folks have trouble, we typically respond in less than 30 minutes. And we're not easily exploitable. Over the past decade, we've had on average less than one major CVE every year. So what is Nginx? Nginx open source specifically is fast and flexible application infrastructure with minimal footprint and maximum value. It goes where you need it to go and does what you need it to do. Part of that is making sure that it supports the most modern protocols and standards and giving you the flexibility to extend it through things like JavaScript, which is one of the fastest performing ways to extend Nginx, through Lua, which is highly extensible, and other dynamic modules in some situations. So who do we build for? Well, there are a few types of folks that tend to leverage Nginx solutions, typically starting with developers, those folks that build modern applications. A huge number of operations folks leverage this too, to help deliver and operate those modern applications. And folks that are doing transformation of their business is typically architects working collaboratively with developers and operations folks to really speed and scale the delivery of modern applications, APIs, and microservices, in addition to driving better collaboration across teams. So when folks tend to think about Nginx, they think about it, I've heard it often described as a Swiss Army knife. It can do a million things. And so for those folks that are building applications, we want to continue to be a tool that can be leveraged to build more interesting things on top of. That's our role as a flexible piece of infrastructure. And so there's a lot of general capabilities we've built into the solution to support modern protocols like HTTP, gRPC, as well as releasing experimental support for HTTP 3. We've made it easier to tie Nginx into your application logic by adding more support for variables when serving applications and sites. And we've extended our JavaScript capabilities to, again, allow for more programmability of our solution as part of your application. On the Kubernetes front, we've done quite a bit of work to make more sophisticated rules available, not only so that you can leverage Nginx for what you want it to do, but also to change the pattern of traffic, whether AB or circuit breaker related. And we've fleshed out the ecosystem integrations. We've added visibility with open tracing, and we've added support for the latest versions of Red Hat. On the application server side, we've introduced and enhanced our ability to securely deliver a lightweight containerization solution. So we're doing lots of interesting things from a development perspective to help folks that are trying to do new things and break new ground better. So what if you're scaling up? What if you need to not just work on a hobby, but maybe build a house? You need durable infrastructure that you can count on to make sure that that house that you build is on solid foundation and is going to last for a while. And so what we've done here on the operations side of things, this is where we focused on secure delivery of applications, APIs, and microservices. We've added a number of features to make it easier for folks to understand how to route traffic better by allowing them to visually tune the limits that they put on traffic, whether it's rate limits or connection limits. We've given folks more control over how their services are discovered, so that when your application behaves dynamically, we can make sure that we route traffic to it as dynamically as well. And on the security side, we've added some very advanced security capabilities, especially now as part of F5, that really allow you to put the right level of policy and the right level of security in front of your modern applications and microservices, no matter where they are. And finally, as you scale up from a tool to maybe building a house to actually building communities, when you're dealing with lots of applications and lots of teams and lots of services across those teams, you need a scaled solution to securely deliver those applications. And so as part of F5, we upgraded our self-service solution for helping teams collaboratively deliver applications. We brought the best of Nginx together with the best of F5, and we've built an application-centric solution that starts with the ability to give you the analytics, the dashboards, and the alerts that you need to make sure that you understand what your application is doing. But beyond that, we focus on two core use cases today. There's the ADC side of things for modern applications, as well as the API management side of things. So on the ADC side, we've really focused on an application-centric, agile approach that really ties in well with your CI/CD infrastructure via API. And as a bonus, we give you some tools to help eliminate some of those pesky certificate-related issues that folks often run into. On the API management side, we're really excited to finally take a step forward here with a solution that really gives you really user-friendly definition capabilities, the ability to manage different versions of APIs across their lifecycle, giving you core security capabilities to make sure that the content requested and delivered is exactly what it should be. And we've wrapped it all with a nice, clean, new dev portal. So what's in store for this week and beyond? This is where we get a little bit into roadmap. First, for the development side of things, we're building more and more support for modern protocols. We mentioned HTTP2, gRPC, HTTP3. You'll continue to see goodness come from us on those fronts. There will be more ecosystem integrations and making sure that the ecosystem that we work in and the integrations that we've built all get the love that they need. We're going to be building in richer containerization support. On the operations side, we'll have richer controls for how traffic gets delivered to applications and APIs. We'll be delivering more surgical ways to deliver the right security in the right places in your application or microservices environment. We're going to be delivering simpler and more powerful Kubernetes networking capabilities. And for those that are looking to transform, we're going to be focused on giving folks better decision-making abilities through analytics, better ways to collaborate across multiple teams, simpler management of expert-level security without having to be a security expert, and simpler management of microservices infrastructure for folks that are running highly complex microservices applications. So there's a lot of work that's going on here to bring value to folks across all of these dimensions. And if you note, the things that have asterisks by them will be covered in other keynotes as well as other sessions that we're going to be holding this week. So we look forward to sharing more and more information with you folks. And with that, I will bring this to a close and say thank you and take care.